This is an ABC News special report.
A good day to all of you. I'm Diane Sawyer at ABC News headquarters in New York, and we're interrupting your regular programming briefly because we have breaking news from Libya. It's a U.S. exclusive. Our Christian Amanpour has just sat down for an interview with Moammar Gadhafi, who has been in power 41 and a half years and now feels the protesters drawing close. Christian is on the phone with me now, and tell me the headline. Christian.
Diane, we are here in Tripoli. The Colonel Gadhafi wanted to make absolutely clear that he is in Tripoli and remains so. I asked him about increasing U.S. calls, both from the President Barack Obama and Secretary Hillary Clinton, that he stepped down. He laughed. He said he would not. He said, would anyone leave his homeland? He said that the people love him, he said, and that they would die to protect him. Diane, that's the headline from here, that he's not leaving anywhere.
And I'm looking at a picture right now of you sitting across from him. Where are you? Is this a palace?
No, it isn't. In fact, we are on the Corniche right now, the coastal road on Tripoli's Mediterranean coast. We are very close to buildings, and we, in fact, did the interview in a restaurant. Colonel Gadhafi drove up in a small convoy of sedans and got out, greeted us. It was myself, a colleague from Great Britain, and we did the interview, and we asked him about everything, including whether he believed he controls most of Libya. He simply laughs, and he says that the people who have got Benghazi, the big city in the east and elsewhere, are terrorists. He blames everything on terrorists and Al-Qaeda operatives. He does not believe that his people are demonstrating against him. He again repeated the charge that those who have been given hallucinogenic drugs. I asked him about the United States and whether he felt betrayed, because after the war in Iraq, he gave up his weapons of mass destruction, and the U.S., etc., lifted sanctions and started business again with him. And he said, yes, he did. Diane?
And the calls from U.S. officials for him to step down, Secretary Clinton saying today, without further violence or delay. What did he say?
Diane, he laughed when I asked him about whether he would step down in response to those calls from the Secretary of State and indeed President Barack Obama. He said no, he would not be leaving Libya. He also denied that he has used any force. I asked him over and again about reports that aerial bombardments have been used. He denied it. He again said that what they had done was bomb military and ammunition depots, and he said that again, he would not be going anywhere. He said that he had agreed to sit down and talk with me and my colleague. He said that he wanted to get the truth out. Certainly, he spent more than an hour with us trying to put his side of the story for us.
I know you're going to be heading back to bring us more of this report, but a quick word about how he seemed, because his speeches seemed to be, disconnected, in denial?
Well, Diane, he simply refused to accept that there were any demonstrations against him. He kept telling us that his people loved him, that they would die for him. He said the usual, which is that he is not president, he's not got a formal position. That's what he always says. He says Libya is ruled by the people, he is one of the people. So he seems to be unaware or in denial about the protest against him and the fact that other big cities in Libya, to the east particularly, have been taken by his opponents. He invited the United Nations and any other organization to come here and to do, quote, a fact-finding mission. He said, how is it possible that a UN resolution could be imposed, freezing assets, putting a travel ban and an arms embargo on, purely by media reports? He invited a fact-finding mission to come here, and he insisted that President Obama had been misinformed.
Well, Christian, I know you're going to bring us a portrait of the man at the center of this storm tonight on World News. And Christian Amanpour, once again, the only U.S. reporter in the room with Moammar Gadhafi today. Be sure to tune in tonight on World News to see what else she saw and what more he had to say. And we'll return you now to your regular program.
This has been a special report from ABC News.